Hey foodies, welcome to the channel. I'm so glad you stopped by today. I'm always happy to see you. Today I'm going to do a slow cooker beef stew recipe. It's absolutely delicious and you can leave it cook overnight or put it in the pot in the morning and go to work and come back and have a delicious beef stew dinner. The amount of ingredients you use for this depends on the size of your crock pot. I have a large one, so I'm using a whole pound of stewing beef. If you don't have stewing beef and you happen to have a couple of steaks in the fridge, use those, it's even better. To that, I'm adding 1/3 a cup of flour. I want this to make a gravy on its own. And if you add the flour at the beginning, it will thicken the sauce as it cooks throughout the day. This needs to cook for about 7-8 hours until that meat is tender. I'm adding some salt and pepper. Nothing like freshly ground black peppercorns and freshly ground sea salt. They smell good just coming out of the container. What kind of seasonings do you guys like in your beef stew? I'm adding some smoked paprika here, but you can change that and use sweet paprika, you can use hot paprika, you can use some cayenne pepper, whatever you like. My recipes are very flexible and very easy and suited to your tastes. This just happens to be mine. I'm adding some dried minced garlic. You may want to use dry instead of fresh because this is going to cook for quite a long time. Fresh garlic may turn bitter on you. So I use dry and it seems to plump up and be delicious by the end of the cooking cycle. But you do you, right? We're giving that a stir to coat the meat. There is no need to brown this meat ahead of time, but if you choose to do that, certainly that's up to you. I'm just saving any additional fat in this recipe. Beef is already saturated fat, so I don't want to add any more by browning it. It'll turn nice all by itself. I'm adding a dash of Worcestershire sauce. This adds great umami flavor to beef. Adds a little color to your gravy. And it has that flavor that you just wonder in the background what exactly that was. And it's Worcestershire sauce usually. For the veggies, I'm adding some baby potatoes, some carrots, onion, tomatoes, and some celery, including the leaves. Celery leaves are absolutely delicious and very aromatic. Don't throw them away. Use them in your soup and stew. It makes a delicious flavor. You can substitute any vegetables that you like. These are the ones that I happen to have in my fridge, and that's what I'm using. I'm adding 2 cups of beef broth. We're just getting that started. If you slow cook before, you'll know that when you start cooking, the vegetables start exuding all their water. So besides the 2 cups of beef broth that you started with, you're going to add up a lot more moisture to the dish. So don't add too much at the beginning. You can always add more later. Doesn't it look yummy? On second thought, I might have cut those snow peas in half, but trial and error with recipes, right? So there it is after 6 to 8 hours of cooking. I have added 1 cup of peas. These ones happen to be frozen, but you can use fresh. You can use whatever you have out of the garden. The fresh peas add a nice texture to the sauce and a unique flavor to your stew. There's the stew finished. Doesn't it look good? Don't you want some? Come on over. If you like the recipe, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. Just love to have more foodies here with me. Thanks for stopping by for another beef stew recipe that warms your soul. We'll see you next time.